Hello, good day po sa lahat, no. So may bago na naman tayong video na i-upload. Okay? So ito po ay tungkol sa nature, no. Okay. So since we are in ASEA, so tatalakayin natin kung gaano ka-nature ang redox signaling molecules no sa ating katawan. Okay, so a short discussion about redox. So ang redox po ay isang byproduct no ng ating cells no. So sa loob ng ating cells ay merong thousands of mitochondria. So before that, our body no is made up of 70 trillions of cells that is working every day inside our body no. So inside the cells there are thousands of mitochondria that produces ATP energy. Okay, so the ATP energy is the fuel, no? The fuel that is given to the cells, enable for the cells to work. No? So the byproduct of this is called the redox. Okay, so that's why ASEA produced redox in order to supplement, because ang redox talaga ay habang nagkakaedad tayo no, so from 20s the redox production becomes smaller, 30s becomes smaller again, 40s, 50s, 60s, until it depletes no. When the redox signaling molecules depletes in our body no, hindi na talaga makaka-recover yung body natin. It's a time na mamamatay talaga yung lahat ng cells. So always think about it no, na if mamatay yung cells, patay din ang body. So meaning to say, it's a life, no? Okay, so ang video po na ito ay pinakita po natin na ang effect talaga ng redox, no? So ito po ay tungkol sa video po ni Dr. Ed de los Reyes, no? Isang medical doctor no, na nag-practice ng kanyang medical field doon sa US. Okay, so siya nang mag-introduce sa kanyang sarili, no? So gagawin lang natin is panoorin natin hanggang sa matapos tong video ito.
Okay, good. Yeah, I love Cebu. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. I went to school here, and then I graduated at Cebu Doctors College of Medicine, and I'm thankful for the professors I have. It enlightened me that I need to go and do my further education in the United States. And with my professors, it made my training so easy that I swift to and then did my training. In 1983, I'm already a licensed physician to practice medicine in the US. And my first training was in anesthesia, and my second training was in my first training was in pediatrics, my second training is in anesthesia, and I highly specialize in interventional pain management. So, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. Yes, this is my lovely wife, and what is more significant in Cebu is this is where I've met and found my wife, and here she is here. Mom, can you please stand up? This is my better half, and better is really better. She makes everything. That's not me. And then, good. Thank you, Mom. Good. I'm here to talk about redox imbalance. Kasi ang atong gikuan mo tanad ang ngano man ang mga associates ni mo tanad ngano man epektibo ni sa ani na kondisyon, sa kini na kondisyon, ana na kondisyon. It's so amazing how these things would work. In fact, in my own story, it worked on me that I did not know why it did. So I have to learn. I have to learn what is this. It made some miraculous things in my own family and myself, and I have to understand now what this really is. So this is the thing that really influenced me in doing further research. And this is me, and this is my ASEA story. In 2015, I have a condition that required for me to be this way. They did open up my back, And then I was an interventional pain management. Recommendations to do this, I resisted, and I resisted much because I didn't like what to become like my patients. 90% of my patients have this type of procedure done on them. And it did not get well, so they come to me because they have no other hope. I put in dorsal column stimulators in the spine. I put in intrathecal pumps, morphine pumps into the spinal cord. That's what I do. And so, let me just play this. And when I have, oh, didn't play. So when I was recommended to have this thing, and I resisted, and I have to consult six neurosurgeons that, no need. Now, 6 neurosurgeons that have to tell me that I have to have this procedure done. So I did. I went to the best center. I know who I go to. It's part of my specialty. I flew in from Kentucky to Philadelphia. My surgeon is a world-renowned surgeon. He does travel around the world just to operate. His specialty is to put football players back to play after spinal injuries. Mine was not close to that. So I was confident that I will be in the 90%. That's his success rate. Unfortunately, after the procedure, I belonged to the 10%. Eventually, I became a patient of my own specialty. I was placed in 5 modalities that I was prescribing and I was writing. For 30 years, that's what I do. I write that and I give that to my patients. Unfortunately, it did not work on me. So, a second back procedure is offered right away. I refuse. I don't want to be on a wheelchair. The second back procedure will put me down there for sure. Then my 6 months follow-up, my 9 months follow-up and everything. And then when it comes to my yearly follow-up, I was offered again, but at that time I was already frustrated. I was already discouraged. And I really have this severe monster in my back that I could not sleep even with those 5 modalities that was given to me. Every hour it wakes me up. I have to change position just to be comfortable. And that was for over a year that my condition was like that. So my yearly follow-up, I just said, yes, go ahead. If you give me a knife now, I'll do it and I'll open up my back and let this monster out. So the lucky thing that happened to me is my surgeon is a busy one. And it took 2.5 months to find me a slot. And it was at that time that I was introduced to the speed-ox signaling molecules with ASEA by my brother-in-law, my older brother, my sister. And I didn't even ask what it is. Why? Because I just did it because out of respect. This is the older brother of my wife. I just need to do it, but I was 100% sure this thing will never work. Because all the prescription drugs that I prescribed did not work on me. So let's get done with this. And in that way, when it's over, I could tell him, sorry Manoy, ako yung giisuwayan, pero wag magyud mo trabaho. And that was my verbals already prepared. And so to my surprise though, after just 1 week of using this thing, I had the best sleep that I ever had. After surgery and for 14 months straight, I could not sleep. I was fatigued. I was things, and then this one came. And slowly on a daily basis, I become stronger. My pain levels came down significantly. And eventually, within the 2.5 week period of time, I was able to win off myself from this. I was able to win off myself from the walker that I was on because I could not walk straight.
Mommy.
And I was able to, I waited a few days, able also to cancel the scheduled second back procedure. So I was a life that was rehabilitated. I was a life that was changed. But what did I do? I didn't use credit. In our medical field, there's a condition known as placebo effect. Whatever you do, you're just going to heal. And this is about 15% of the time. I said I was for sure, 100% again, that this was placebo effect. So that was me. But I had a great sleep and I had good energy. My mom at that time already had brain condition for 4 years. I'm able to speak. She was in her 90s and I just want her to have a good sleep at night and have a good energy during the daytime. So I did, we tried it. My surprise, in just 2 weeks time, I was just expecting a good sleep and a good energy. But her speech came back. I cannot explain it in my own traditional knowledge of medicine. A brain insult for 4 years and with this infection. I did my research and I could not understand what this thing is. And I was able to be referred to the medical atomic physicist that stabilized these molecules. This is something. And out of him, he discussed to me the articles that he reviewed when he went into studying on how to stabilize these molecules. Amazing studies. And then some of you are over nurses here. It's hard that when he said to me that this was supposed to be also a surgical wash aside from anything else that we do. Why? Because it is an antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. But what is so amazing is it does cellular repair. No surgical wash is going to do that. The present surgical wash we have is only antibiotics, it's only antibacterial. But this was that wash. And then he mentioned about a lot more things and a lot more things. I said, what is this? Summarizing it all, it only works on one thing. It only works on cells.
Okay, so yun no, yun pala ang story ni Dr. Ed De Los Reyes no, kung bakit siya andito ngayon sa ASEA. Okay? So to make the long story short, so naging pasyente pala siya ng kanyang sariling practice sa kanyang medical field, no? So thankful na nakita niya yung ASEA no sa kanyang brother-in-law at yun may malaking naitulong sa kanyang katawan. Okay? So hanggang dito lang po yung video ito. So kung baguhan ka man dito at walang nag-invite sa'yo, nakita mo lang tong video to sa posts ng friends mo, no? Okay, so you can inquire my page, no? So asea.ph. Okay, so you can message me there. I can assist you and I can help you anytime you want, no? Okay, so just PM me, no, sa aking page, no? So ako po si Jun Luzon, iyong lingkod, isang Visayas leader ng ASEA Philippines. Thank you.